Annalise Michel, an epileptic, underwent a total of 67 Catholic exorcism sessions through a period of 10 months and died of dehydration and malnutrition. Ay, ay, ay. Like, at some point, when this is the image you're taking during your exorcism, you have to think, like, are we helping this person anymore? Are they benefiting from this at all? Are they getting something? Or is it just, like, a nightmare? Strictly a nightmare. My goodness. I've read up on this too. Like, they went like for like insanely long sessions, like totally relentless, and like the people who were performing the exorcisms like were like also like, you know, physically and mentally drained. But like the fact that this poor girl, like, instead of like getting her any other type of help, they were just like bearing down on her. Oh my goodness. Ruins of Dresden after World War II. Yeah, this is something that I don't think a lot of people talk about nearly as often as a lot of the other kind of like horrible things that happened during World War II. But Dresden was firebombed to absolute ash. It was like a beacon of like modern beauty and industry back then, and they weren't like really like a war city. It was just a city in Germany, and they got wiped off the face of the earth by the Allies. Like, so many dead. If you're a Kurt Vonnegut fan, which I am a big one, like, you read a lot about that when he writes, because he was in a slaughterhouse underneath the city. Picture of a shell-shocked soldier in a trench who looks like he was driven to madness after seeing the death and destruction during the First World War in 1916. Yeah, this is also like a pretty classic creepypasta, right? Like, this is absolutely like horrifying. The fact that it's so like fully encapsulates like the total loss of like cohesive thought in this person. It's just lost, gone. I think they made an SCP out of this one too, right? There's an SCP that focuses on this image specifically. This is another one where it's like, if you look in the eyes too long, like, you're gonna see something else, right? You stare it down. The horrors of war encapsulated right here. This poor guy. Imagine, like, you can see the images of all the stuff that happened, you can watch the documentaries, but if you weren't there, you're not quite getting it. The remains of the astronaut Vladimir Komarov, who fell from space, 1967. Wow. Yeah, if you showed me this without people looking on, without the caption, I would have never guessed that once was a man. I don't even know what to say about that. Like, that, just the atmospheric descent busting through. That's why, you know, spaceships are so carefully engineered. My goodness. So he burned up in the atmosphere like a chunk of space rock. That's wild. If there's anything left of him, let's be real. Holy moly. That would be painful, to fall from space and like feel your flesh singeing as you descend. Oh, it's the rake. I love the rake. This is like a truly like classic creepypasta image. Just the like nude white figure in the woods, in the dark, the glowing eyes looking right at you, looking at the camera. I feel like it's one of those things, like, if you look at it, like, just look in his eyes for way too long, like, you'll start to like see more. Like, the picture will move a little bit, or, you know, you'll blink and the image will be burned into your retinas, you know? I'm gonna stare at it. Okay, 10 seconds. Everybody stare right into the rake's eyes and see what happens. Oh, I don't know. Nothing yet, but maybe I've cursed myself. Maybe tonight he'll be sitting on the end of my bed. That'll be fun. A mummified captain found in a ghost ship he sailed for 7 years after death. Wow. That is ash. This guy. I guess was he mummified by like the sea air, the salty air. I guess the ship just kind of floated out there, eh? Once you're off the radar, there's a lot of ocean that might go unexplored. The poor guy. What do you think it was? Like, it was had like a heart attack and just sort of slumped over, and that was that. Sailing solo. That's dangerous, eh? Going out on a boat solo, doing anything like that, totally alone. Once you're down, you're down. It looks like you had some communications equipment, but, you know, yeah, if you suffer some sort of medical emergency, you're not necessarily getting other people to come to you. Mademoiselle Blanche Monnier, the woman held captive by her mom and brother for 25 years. Oh, God. Oh, my goodness. Yo, she is emaciated. That is not a healthy, happy person. I've read up on this one, too. I did it for a top 5 list a while back. It's like she was seen as... what was it? She was trying to marry somebody below her station, I think. And her mother decided to hide her away forever as punishment and to keep her from doing that, I guess. And just like let her live in filth in this secret room above the home. Fed her nothing but like mush for years. Absolutely horrendous way to treat your family. Costumes. I want to know when this is from. I feel like this could have happened, 2 weeks ago or 100 years ago. It's one of those things where it's like, a creepypasta enthusiast could have, got a bunch of his pals together and said, guys, we're taking a really scary picture with a bunch of really scary masks. Those teeth, eh? Look at them. You think they're made of real human teeth? Nah, they're too big. They're probably ape teeth. They found some gorillas and performed dental surgery on them and took their teeth and put them in these masks. And now they're cursed by the dead apes. You know what? Those are Donkey Kong smiles. They look like Donkey Kong's teeth. These people, they killed him. They killed my boy. Expand Dong. Look at that person's hand. I'm just noticing this now. It's like claws. Yeesh. That's not good. There's some cursed energy going on here, especially with the splotches on the paper. Somebody found this in the bedroom of their family member who ended up in a cult, and this is one of their meetings after they performed a bunch of blood sacrifices. Pacific Southwest Airlines Flight 182. Here's another one that is that's real. It's very tragic. It's very scary to know that something like that can happen. And how it's caught just like this, sort of like above what appears to be like a home, with just a dinky little satellite up there. My goodness. Being a passenger, being a pilot, it's unimaginable, truly. Chernobyl. Is this taken at Chernobyl? What is this double exposure going on here? I don't really know how to explain what I'm looking at here. It looks like there's some workers, one or two. I can't tell if it's something went wrong with the camera. Maybe it is the radiation that's causing it to goof up. That's a really hard to imagine situation, that much radiation melting down. My goodness.
This terrifying looking stonefish. Using crab-like appendages beneath its body, this hefty fish that can measure up to 15 inches in length claws its way along the ocean floor in search of prey. The rough-looking exterior of its body blends expertly into patches of coral and rocky reefs, making it a perfect camouflage for ambushing its next meal. With a huge jaw and powerful mouth, they can suck in nearby prey and swallow them whole. But that's not the worst of it. These petrifying predators are also the world's most venomous fish, with the venom in their spines being able to kill an adult human in less than an hour.
It just gets worse and worse. It also looks like a giant rock, so imagine you're just minding your own business, whether you're a fish or a human swimming in around, and then that just opens up. You think, oh, here's a nice rock. Just kidding. I'm poisoned now and I'm gonna die beneath the ocean. God, dying in the ocean sucks already, but dying in the ocean because you got bitten by a venomous rockfish. Not a rockfish, but fish that looks like a rock, It's frightening stuff.
More commonly known as the ghost shark, you can easily see that there's something spooky going on with the deep-sea chimera. Even though different species of this dead-eyed fish have been known to grow almost 6 feet long, very little is actually known about them. They're incredibly rare and hard to observe in their natural habitat because they live so deep in the sea, between 1 and 1.3 miles underwater. While the markings on its head give it a Frankenstein monsters kind of appearance, the real nightmare fuel can be found in its mouth. Located just below the snout and eyes, this terrifying face within a face is made up of the shark's 2 water-breathing nostrils and a weirdly straight set of teeth.
That's horrific. That is so horrible. No, thank you. First of all, sharks are horrible as they are. I know they don't want to hurt us. They're just doing their thing. I get it. We shouldn't but they're scary enough already. They don't need to be ghostly looking and skeletal looking. with nostrils that look like Voldemort, you know? I could fall inside of those nostrils. No thank you. No thank you. Like, if this was on the surface, not a chance.
This is the sea spider. Despite its name and 8-legged appearance, it's not actually an arachnid. It belongs to a group of arthropods called pycnogonids. Some pycnogonid specimens are able to grow up to 12 spindly, nightmare-fueling legs, while others can develop leg spans of almost 2.3 feet long. But as hideously unsettling as their shambling, long-legged frames already are, the way they devour their prey will really send shivers down your spine.
I just don't want to know. I'm not gonna look. I don't care. As soon as I saw how big it was, imagine a 12-legged spider with legs that are up to 2 feet long. That's not okay. That should be illegal. No, but they're terrifying. No thank you. And also, why is it not an arachnid? It certainly looks like one.
Fleet of Truk Lagoon. South Pacific's Caroline Island harbors the Ghost Fleet of Truk Lagoon. In a surprise attack by American allies in World War II, approximately 250 Japanese aircrafts were destroyed and more than 50 ships sunk. An estimated 400 Japanese soldiers were killed in one ship alone, trapped in the cargo hold. Most of the fleet remains in exactly the same spot it was left, largely forgotten by the world until the late 1960s. Jacques Cousteau's 1969 film Lagoon of Lost Ships explored the wreck-littered lagoon, and many of the sunken ships were then still full of bodies.
It's crazy to me how much the ocean is housing, you know, so many things, so many planes, so many ships, like just underwater that we may never find because the ocean's so vast that we may never recover these things. You think about the war and all the planes that were shot down, then now somewhere in the ocean, all those remains are just there. Crazy. It's sad. Wow. It's like a time capsule, you know? Except we'll never get it because we just don't have the resources or the time or the care, unfortunately. Too much going on. We're trying to get to Mars. We're trying to get Dogecoin to the moon.
6 inches in length, it can survive at depths of almost 10,000 feet, making it one of the most resilient little fishies in the world. The large pores perforating most of its face may look like the aftermath of a bad acne breakout, but they're actually known as sensory hollows. These help the fish detect movement and pressure changes in its deep and dark environment. Those razor-like fins lining the top and bottom of its body enable it to wind smoothly and silently through the dark without alerting nearby predators.
I just don't like the look of it. I mean, don't judge a book by its cover. It could surprise you, but I don't think this little fish is surprising anyone. I think it's evil. Look at its weird little face and its little smile, but also I feel like it would kill me. I also don't know how big it is. Did he tell us? I can't remember. Is it this big? This big? Bigger than my head? Like, I don't know. That's what scares me, and I don't want to find out, and I will never find out, because I'm never going to see
Lake Neuchatel shark statue. Talk about terrifying.
Yeah.
There's zero information about the actual shark statue that appears in the video. And trust me, we researched and we researched. But the location is Lake Neuchatel in the French-speaking part of Switzerland, a popular diving destination for European divers. It's unclear how or why the shark statue was located there, and this footage just makes that fact even more terrifying.
That's terrifying. Yes, like he said, it's terrifying. Because first of all, I for sure thought this was a legit shark, or at least, you know, some kind of prehistoric beast that was living in the ocean long time ago.
To science writer Laura Gegel, the lost city was first discovered off the coast of Alexandria, Egypt in 2000, and has been the subject of regular excavations ever since. For centuries, the city of Heracleion has been shrouded in myth and thought to be a legend. The city, visited by Paris and Helen of Troy, and mentioned by numerous ancient historians such as Diodorus and Herodotus, had been lost for nearly 1,200 years. Among the lost treasures found mere kilometers off the coast of Alexandria are giant statues, slabs of stones with ancient Greek and Egyptian inscriptions, dozens of ships, gold coins, bronze statues, and more.
Do you think it's scary that maybe one day our, you know, generation, well, it's not really generation, but our time period is going to one day be underwater, and maybe people will be finding our remains of our civilization in the ocean? But to be fair, I don't think that'll ever happen because we've destroyed the planet and it's eventually going to die and no one's going to be living on it anyway, so there'll be nothing left to find because it'll all be burnt to a crisp because we're
October 2012, a man strolling along Pompano Beach came across something out of the ordinary. A humongous disembodied eyeball. Word that a giant eyeball washed up on a South Florida beach had created a lot of buzz on the internet, with people wondering which sea monster is now swimming around with an eye patch. Turns out it's just an eyeball from an average-sized swordfish. Florida wildlife authorities explained that swordfish are extremely common off the coast of South Florida. The eyeball was probably taken out by a fisherman who threw it out into the water and it washed up on the beach.
Oh, like I went through a range of emotions with that description. That kind of made me really sad. First of all, the eye is so big. I didn't know a swordfish had eyes like that, but I also don't really think about the eyes of the creatures in the ocean. I think this may very well be the first time I've thought about it. And the fact that it probably came out because of fishermen makes me so sad. What the hell?
Artist, photographer, naturalist, and diver Jason DeCaires Taylor introduced his record-breaking public sculpture to the crystal Bohemian waters in 2014. Entitled Ocean Atlas, the installation encourages coral colonization and deters tourists from endangered reefs. Forged for sustainable, pH-neutral materials designed to kickstart local coral growth, Ocean Atlas is a monumental public sculpture submerged 5 meters beneath the sea and an environmental gesture intended to portray the positive potential of human interaction with the natural world.
Okay, I get what he's doing, and that statue is incredible. And it's very beautiful, and it's good, yeah, bringing people closer to the planet they're on, you know? A nice connection. It's beautiful. The Earth is incredible. But again, it is, you know, encouraging more people to go and visit it, which is encouraging more people to go into the ocean, and I don't believe in that. But other people enjoy the ocean, so that's fine. If you want to go visit it, just be safe, you know? The ocean's scary. Very unpredictable.
Thistlegorm. The world-famous SS Thistlegorm was sunk in 1941 in the Gulf of Suez at the northern end of the Red Sea.
It became a world-class visitor destination.
Packed to the gunwales with a cargo of supplies destined for the British Fifth Army based in Alexandria. Armored carriers, motorcycles, jeeps, trucks, airplane parts, rifles, radio equipment, and a plentiful supply of Wellington boots can all be seen during your dive.
That's kind of sad. Like, stuff like that, it would be like visiting the Titanic or something. It's just like frozen in time. It's like the remains of a ship. Someone built that, you know? And then there's items on that boat that someone put on there. Like, it's life. People had touched this. This was once on the water, now it's below the water, and it's just memories. It's kind of sad, you know? Did those guys die? Like, there's no end to this video. Are they gone? Are they rip? Are they in the water? Because that wave was coming. That wasn't going to stop because they were behind, like, a wall of ice. An iceberg. That was still coming at them. Can they handle that in their little boat? I'd say no. What happened? I need some backstory. That face, I didn't see it at first because I was so scared and I was hiding, closing my eyes. But that face, it was like the rake. Everything's the rake at the end of the day. We're back to this. Everything's the rake. Anyway, it was some kind of humanoid creature and it was just peeping its little head round the corner being like, hello. Oh, my body seized up. The annoying thing is I have seen this video before, I just haven't seen this particular edit of the video before. There's different ways usually, like I've seen the original where it was very slow and then she came sprinting. This was 0 to 100 so fast and my heart wasn't ready. Ooh, the scariest part of that video was the bird. That freaked me the f out. That's the good thing about animals. I mean, they're great. Animals are amazing. But it's also scary, the fact that they can sense danger. They always know. The fact that that dog was just staring into nothing. He saw something. He saw a ghost in the bird. Oh, the bird was terrifying. I mean, I don't understand bird people, but I've said this before, and then a whole bird community starting yelling at me. Never pissed off the bird community before. I actually didn't realize there was a big bird community until I said that birds shouldn't exist. And then everyone was a bird fanatic. But it's fine. I get it. Birds are great. They're helpful. They are needed in the world. Whatever. Would I own one as a pet? No. Definitely not now.
Top creepy videos captured this week. Many dogs went missing in this neighborhood, and someone was able to capture this.
Oh my god, what was that?
Local caught a skinwalker behind their home.
Yeah, that was for sure a skinwalker, because even a person that gets on all fours, they don't move like that. Those joints weren't human joints. Those joints were that was for sure a skinwalker. Holy shit. How'd you just live knowing you've caught something like this on camera? How'd you live? At the end of the day, how do we live?
What part of sandwich do you not understand? Can't you do one damn thing right?
What the hell is this movie? This is a movie. It's either a short movie or something. I hate aggressive eaters, so when he ate that sandwich, it made me feel sick. Regardless of what's in the sandwich, the way he ate it made me want to slap him around the face. That's the annoying thing I hate. Oh, I wanted to shake him. Like, stop it. What an asshole. You know what? Good for her. She did right. Is that a giant dog? Wow, I went on a journey with that clip, because at first I thought it was just a very large dog, maybe a Great Dane, sat on the floor. No, it was a person in some kind of outfit with a animal mask on. That's terrifying. Hell no. That's why, like, when I'm asleep, like, when I go to sleep, sometimes I just say to myself, don't open your eyes until morning, because imagine you open your eyes and someone's in the corner. Like, if you keep your eyes closed, nothing can hurt you. That's how I feel sometimes. I mean, yeah, no, that was creepy. I would be creeped out if I saw this woman too, but I also wouldn't be in a cemetery at night. She could just be visiting a loved one. She could be, have some brain issues. She could have dementia. I don't know. She could have, it could be a number of reasons. She could have escaped from an asylum, and she just sits on a bench, rocking back and forth. I don't know.
I like to watch the eyes fade, the pupil fade.
What do you like about that?
It's just like setting their soul free.
What are you thinking and feeling when you kill someone?
It's just like that drug. I'm after that drug again. I don't have an on and off switch. I'm just after that drug. I'm after that feeling.
That's some First of all, I love Louis Theroux and all of his documentaries. I could binge them. I remember one excellent Christmas back in when I lived in Calgary. Me and my sister, I think it was like Christmas Eve, we'd watch it on my laptop. Like, we were sharing a room and we just watched Louis Theroux murder documentaries. She probably doesn't even remember that. To be fair, I don't think she even watches my videos, so she wouldn't even know that I'm talking about this. But anyway, Louis Theroux is great. But yeah, this stuff is terrifying. Like, you can't put yourself in the mind of a serial killer because it makes no sense to be that deranged and have these horrible thoughts and feelings. Like, it's disgusting. It's horrific. To compare, like, killing someone to, like, a high, like a drug.
Sí, le hacemos publicidad masiva para que estén pendientes y ahora sí, con buena señal. No, te estás mamando, amor. ¿Quién tocó?
No sé.
¿Quién
Y
tocó?
aparte está fofa. No, yo sí me voy a ir de aquí. Está sonando la puerta del patio de afuera. Es la puerta del patio.
Me estoy zurrando.
What the fuck. Güey, sigue sonando.
Mon, ¿qué hiciste?
No
Ya
sé.
cierra el puto vínculo, amor. Ya ciérralo.
Estoy muy agitada. No, espérate, porque estoy sola. Voy a asomar el teléfono.
So I don't know what's happening here because she's speaking a different language. But what I can assume, I think she was on live with this guy and then she heard there was banging coming from inside of her home and she ran to another room to stay safe. I don't know, it's probably paranormal, supernatural, hopefully no one broke in, but that's terrifying. Or maybe someone was banging on the window, I'm not sure. I wish I knew what she was saying. If someone knows what she was saying, comment it down below so I can know, because that would make it a lot scarier, I think.
Oh, this is from the Netherlands. Is that a chair? A stool? Oh! It's a goblin! That's a real goblin sighting right there. I've been waiting for one of those. That is a real, true goblin sighting. Knocked over a stool, snuck under the bar, and then ran out the back door. Just causing problems, being mischievous. I love you, goblin. Come over here. Let me give you a little goblin kiss on the head. A little goblin smooch on the forehead, on the goblin forehead.
Bro, what the fuck is this?
Alright, so there's a dude walking. Oh, no head?
No fucking way, bro.
Wait, what?
Nobody's supposed to be up there, bro. What the fuck? You can't even see his face.
Oh yeah, he's
my
he's
God,
see-through.
bro.
He is transparent. He is absolutely clear. Like, that's wild. That is that's creepy, man. Yeah, at first like you think he looks like he's walking a little funny, and then you realize he's freaking transparent. Like, you can just see right through to the other side. He's got no face. Yeah, is a security footage. I guess whoever posted this TikTok is working a shift and seeing some stuff they wish they didn't see. What do you do when you're on the job and like you see like a ghost and you know it's a ghost? Like it's like if you saw a person, you'd be like, okay, like I'm calling the police, I'm calling more security, I'm telling somebody. But if it's a ghost, what do? You just kind of like who's gonna believe you? You can call them up. Hey guys, there's a man who's totally see-through walking around outside. You want to send somebody? And they're like, go home. You're drunk.
What?
Ma, you see this?
No.
Oh.
Holy shit! What the hell is that?
What is happening?
The video was posted to TikTok by user Kevin Gonzalez. It shows a hidden camera that was placed by the landlord in the air-conditioned vents of his home. Seeing this leads your mind to wonder of immense levels of violation one would feel, knowing that someone on the outside is watching and listening to all your private moments, all while you have no idea what is happening.
Classic landlord behavior. This isn't like an Airbnb or any other sort of like, I guess, like short-term rental, like I'd be a little less surprised, but like if somebody's just like living there and their landlord's just a bunch of fiber optic cables throughout the house watching you all the time, that's just like a freaking violation, man. Like, it might not be, it probably isn't for some sort of like really nefarious purpose, like they're trying to figure out your schedule so they can kill you in the best way possible, but like, I think maybe it's equally nefarious if the landlord's trying to like make sure that, you're not doing anything like slightly damaging to the house or like, making sure that you're like using the facilities properly. Oh my goodness. Are those eyes in the bottom? In the reflection? Or is that something else? Oh, we're gonna see somebody in that window, ain't we?
Oh. Yo, go.
Hello. Yeah. Oh, somebody was there. They're like, hey, I live here. Get off my lawn. No, I mean, those guys knew what they were doing, though. They saw something there, and they said, oh boy, let's get out of here. We're not dealing with that today. And that, I can respect that. They know it's good. Whatever, like, I'm sure, like, outside of any given town, you know, you can find, like, old abandoned properties like that. But, like, what makes the ones that are, like, so far out of the way so much more popular for these sort of, like, investigations? I feel like abandoned buildings, like, in the middle of a city or, like, you know, just on the outskirts of a major development, those are the ones that you gotta check out, because I feel like so much more could happen there. What? Alright, see, whatever that red thing is, you know, I'm sure it's kind of creepy to look at. I'm sure you wouldn't want that, but hyperventilating, holding the camera like this and going, woo, 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 woo. I'm sorry. I know, you know, if you're in a really scary situation, sometimes you just freeze up, but come on. What was that, though? I want to know. It's like, I don't know, it's like there's some redness there. Are we in like a garage looking out at some trees in the front yard? Or are we, like, I'm not really sure where we are. But something seems to be peeking around that corner there. Ghost, goblin, ghoul, murderer. Yeah, that's, again, ghost or no ghost, there is somebody trying to mess with you and you don't want to be messed with. Not like that. Not in an abandoned building, probably in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the night, with no backup, no help, no nothing. That is a bad situation. That is not good. Oh my goodness. The fact that you, like, I bet you, like, the fact that the person's, like, pushing on the door, like, if they had another way out, they would have run in the other direction. But obviously the exit is somewhere that way. So to know that whatever is there has the ability to impede your progress towards getting the to Dodge, that's a piece of information that is never going to leave you. Even if you make it out alive, you're going to think about that every day for the rest of your life. Oh. Is that a shadow in the door?
What appears to be a shadow-like figure walks past the woman's bedroom doorway. Now, this could just be put down to another family member walking past, but who knows?
I mean, it could very well be somebody that's just walking by in the middle of the night. But, yeah, if it's not, if this person lives alone, or if everyone else was asleep, or if they were alone for the night, then it could be particularly bad. I like how vague we're getting extra vague, you know, like what could possibly be a shadow-like figure moving by. Like, okay, so that phrase ends up meaning almost literally nothing. So we're all okay. No skeptics can get mad if that's all you say. You're clear. Oh no. Little dark shadow moving through. Yeah, it's time to go, boys. Oh. Yeah, that's, I mean, again, I don't see the appeal, the allure of going to an abandoned building late at night and exploring, because you're just gonna end up with stuff like this. Even if it's not a ghost, it's just a regular person, you know, stalking you in the dark, and that's not something anybody really wants, right? some people pay for that experience, I guess, but regardless, that is terrifying. What is that? What? What is that? What's going on? What is going on? I saw like 10 different shapes there. At first it's like hovering and it's got like little like tendrils hanging down, and then it falls and it sort of gets up, and I thought it was like a pet. I thought it was like a dog for a second, and then it started like crawling and it was human shaped, but then it turned into like a slug. What is that thing? Oh, that is despicable. It's nasty. It's gross. It's scary.
Wow. Thank you very much.
What?
That, ladies and gentlemen, was a yellow orb. Who are you?
Oh, okay, yeah, there's that little yellow thing that went whoop. So it's a ghost, we think? I think that was a ghost, some sort of paranormal entity. I'm the most creeped out by this man with the raspy voice whispering, "Oh, thanks," in the middle of the night in an empty room. Oh my goodness. I guess he'd been seeing that around a lot, and he was just waiting on confirmation. But still, like, that seems like it's not so malicious, not so creepy. But whoever's recording it, are you trying to eat the ghost?
It shows a surreal and stomach-dropping scene. An azure wave, streaked with vertical white lines, rises up, and somehow up higher until it dwarfs a red tower and row of silhouetted onlookers
That's a
in the foreground.
person.
Another line appears, the wake of a figure at first too small to see, slashing across the growing mountain of water. As the wave finally rolls over itself and breaks toward shore, the figure resolves for the camera lens. Brazilian surfer Rodrigo Coxa, appearing impossibly calm as he rides down the face of this liquid avalanche. The behemoth, which Coxa surfed in November 2017, is considered the biggest wave ever ridden.
You know what's messed up and terrifying is when there's someone surfing a wave, and because it's so large and it's so white, it almost resembles a mountain and someone skiing down a mountain. You know, that makes sense, but when it's on water, oh my god, no. Like, that's problematic. It shouldn't look like a mountain and that you're skiing or snowboarding down it. It's so large and the waves are so powerful, it can just crush you. And that's the worst, when you get sucked down. This is, okay, many people have asked why I'm scared of water. It stems from this. When I was younger, we used to vacation in Devon. Now my family live there. How funny. They want to take me back to the trauma. I used to go bodyboarding. What do you guys call it? Boogie boarding, whatever. And then a wave came, pushed me down. Fine. Did I come back up? No. My bodyboard wedged in the bottom of the ocean floor, and I was wedged on top, and the waves just kept going, and I was like just drowning underwater. I was just there until I finally got unwedged and came back up. No one even noticed. That's the sad part. But anyway, that's why I'm terrified of the water ever since that day when I almost drowned. Oh no. It really triggers me that they all find it very funny. I mean, I get it, that's their life, they're always on boats, they understand when they're in harm's way, they understand when they're not. They might find these fun little waves exciting and something to laugh about. I do not. Waves aren't fun, they're not funny, they're not exciting, they are scary. scary, monstrous things, and they're so powerful. They can destroy you in a second. Like this boat, look, it's being moved around so much. It probably weighs tons, and this water's like, F you. I hate the ocean. I hate it.
The biggest earthquake to hit Japan in 140 years measured 9.0 on the Richter scale, according to the U.S. Geological Service. The quake created a 10-meter tsunami that washed away houses, cars, and boats. The terrified helicopter passengers narrate as the wave gets steadily closer to shore. When it finally reaches its destination, it causes immediate mass destruction. Of course, this is a terribly tragic event. Many people lost their lives, and many homes were lost.
It's so sad. Tsunamis are so sad and terrifying because they destroy so much. And it happens to so many places. That's why it's terrifying to live on a tectonic plates. Is that have to do... Well, it's to do with earthquakes, and then sometimes earthquakes result in tsunamis. Anyway, places like Alaska, Japan, Thailand, all those places, they suffer from tsunamis. And it's terrifying, and it's so devastating. So many people die. It's horrific. And there's nothing you can do. You just have to hope that you can get away in time.
Crew of the 2,420-ton ship managed to overcome the damage and was heading safely back to its scheduled port at 4 knots yesterday, the vessel's operator said. The captain said that in nearly 160 trips to the Antarctic Peninsula, he had never seen such weather. The ship declared an emergency when it lost power and communications after a 30-foot wave washed over the deck and took out the windows on the bridge. None of the passengers were injured. The ship was sailing from the Antarctic Peninsula back to Argentina through the Drake Passage, one of the roughest stretches of water in the world.
See, this is what I'm talking about. A wave so powerful and so large that it busted all the windows. Can you imagine? No. This is why I don't want to go on a cruise ship. Because if I go on a cruise ship, it will be the Poseidon Adventure. That's what would happen. You know, rogue wave would come out of nowhere, we'd capsize, then I'm drowning and I can't tread water very well, so see you later, adios, I'm sinking, bye.
Number 4. A large wave of foam and salt blankets this South African town. Apparently, there was a large storm just offshore that created this surreal moment.
Okay. Yes, it's okay. Relax.
Oh my god. Well, I'm confused. What is it? He said it was foam and sand, or salt? Foam and sand? But then there's water in there as well. That's terrifying. Oh my god, if I was in a car, it's so easy for water to get in cars. You're not really safe. You're just waiting. The delay with the water surfacing in your car. You better hope it's not that deep. It honestly just fills me with so much anxiety. I don't know what to do. 'Cause can you imagine being the skipper? And then the water's like, what if the water just hits so hard that the glass shatters? And then you're dead, you know? You're dying. You're out of the window. You're floating away. Also, I've watched so many videos like this because I'm a big fan, surprisingly, of Deadliest Catch, which most people may be shocked to find out. I love Deadliest Catch. And obviously there's so many videos like this where it's like, monster waves, them trying to maneuver through storms or bad areas. Anyway, I watched this. Also, I mentioned it in a previous video about that boat trip I went on in Alaska, and that's what it felt like. It definitely wasn't like this, but it felt like that. Up and down, up and down. Oh, I see rocks there. That's making me nervous. This cruise, or is this a cruise ship? No. This boat should not be where it is, because look how it's surrounded by all those rocks. It's surrounded by so many rocks. Yeah, that boat was surrounded by so many rocks. I feel like it went adrift, like it should not have been there, because this could have been a Titanic situation, just not on the same level, you know. A small rock probably wouldn't do much to that boat, but it could have been Titanic 2.0, that's all I'm saying.
On July 22nd, 1946, the U.S. military tried a new type of nuclear test. A joint Army-Navy task force had suspended a nuclear device, oddly named Helen of Bikini, 90 feet below the surface of the water, in the middle of Bikini Atoll, one of the isolated rings of coral and land that make up the Marshall Islands. Arrayed around the 21-kiloton bomb were dozens of target ships. The Navy had a point to prove. In this new era of nuclear warfare, in which the Air Force could rain down explosives on entire nations, what use was a naval force? The military leaders who proposed the test wanted to show that their ships could ride out a nuclear attack and that the fleet was not obsolete.
I've seen so many videos like this where they set off a nuclear bomb in the water and then it just ripples. But, interesting fact for you SpongeBob SquarePants fans, which is not me, Bikini Atoll, there's a theory that that's what SpongeBob is named after, Bikini Bottom. It was Bikini Atoll, and the reason that the characters in SpongeBob are living and the way they are is because of the nuclear testing they did at Bikini Atoll. Isn't that interesting? I mean, everything's just a theory. Life is just a theory.
Had been warned the Southport bar was treacherous. This morning he'd heard over the marine radio whale watching tours had been cancelled for the day.
Oh.
But sensing a gap in the sets, he went for it.
Oh no.
Oh my God. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus.
Sultanate was launched ahead of the wave, but Ian kept the cat on a straight line, pushed by the foaming whitewater. 20 seconds later, they were through.
Oh my god, the fact they got through that is incredible. And also, my first thought while watching that video is how expensive that yacht probably is. Yeah, that's a yacht. And to take risks like that, those waves, oh my god, one rogue wave and you're gone. You're going right under. They were so lucky that they didn't go under. How?
Чувак, оно лазит вокруг дома.
You're not safe in the building, obviously.
Я не знаю, какое животное, но на человека похоже. Ты видел? Где он? Чувак, оно походу рычит еще. Тихо, тихо, слушай, тише. Он где-то тут. Он в сарае, что ли? Нет? Блин!
What the Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, that got me. Oh, that's number 4. That's number 4. I hope that was just like a girl who saw these guys trying to check out this house and was just like, hey, Brent, gotcha. Punked. And then Ashton Kutcher just comes out. That would be great. That would have been a great end to the video. But no, that's not the channel we live on, is it? No.
Ya te digo.
Oh.
Metemos ahí a Chris.
What the? Oh, look, the moon.
Ya te digo. Metemos ahí a Chris.
What the heck?
Ya te digo.
Oh my god. Oh man. What is it with women, ghosts, and white gowns? You know, that's just gonna make me never wear white gowns because that automatically means I'm gonna die because every female ghost is like always in a white gown. Like,
I wanted to check.
There's no
Yes,
narrator, so
again.
immediately I'm just sketched.
I don't know if I closed it last time, but
Jumpscare.
I will hope I did.
I hope I did. I hope you did.
But yeah, let me just check this room again.
No,
quickly.
check the room. No, check the room. Check the room.
Behind the doors. The door.
There's blood. Is that blood?
Yeah, this is the end.
Oh god! No, come on. Oh, god. Oh, okay, that looks just like a blockhead. Oh no, then it disappears. Okay, let's move on. I don't want to watch that again. That just looked like a person in the hood, just like, hey.
Mice.
Ooh, I like the house.
Visitors have reported mysterious encounters and scary sounds in the
What
dark.
the-
Staff and local historians had something to say also about who might be haunting the Stone Age Kreischer mansion. Clearly, the family doesn't want anyone on their
Fair enough.
property, and seems like a reasonable idea to just let it
Fair
be.
enough. Yeah. Again, don't go near it. I want to go near it though. It's so pretty. Like that's actually perfectly the kind of home I want to live in. But yeah, obviously, you know, I mean, what's funny though is like these ghosts just keep destroying their home. You know, it's like, yeah, we're just gonna smash a mirror. Who's gonna fix that, Jimmy? You can't, because your hand will go right through it. You know? Okay. Well, the couch got me. The couch like falling over, because I thought the clip had ended, but then it just kept. I don't know. Again, what can we believe? Can we believe? Is it a fake video? We don't know.
Following was sent by Franklin, and the story goes that the woman in the picture basically just tried to take a selfie of her for another family member. Her husband was at work at the time this picture was taken. However, somehow something appeared right behind her that freaked her out quite a bit in the end. It looks like a man in a shirt, but the facial features are a bit off.
Looks like a man in a shirt. It's not. It's clearly an alien. That's what that is. Come on. That would. I think that's like my fear in a sense. It's not my fear. Like it's one of my many fears. But imagine if you're on holiday and you just take a selfie and then there's just like, you know, in the background, out of nowhere, you know, and then you like don't discover that that's happening until, you know, you get home and you develop them. Don't develop them. Remember when we used to do that? Wow. Yeah. No, that's terrifying. That's very, what's that movie called? It's very sinister. That is very sinister.
T-Viga has posted the following. Apparently, there were several weird incidents taking place in their home, and this fact caused them to put an Amazon security system up. One day, it captured the following image.
Oh, man. Oh, that's so creepy. You know, that's part of the reason I don't want to have like, or I don't want to get to the point where I just have like a mansion with security footage, because you know, like there are some things that happen at home that you just don't want to know about. Besides burglars, like I definitely want to know if a burglar's been in my house or like a stalker or something creepy like that. But this case, like just ignorance is bliss in this case. Let's just not.
But they're faced with tremendous challenges along the way. The contractor who'd been awarded the tender to renovate the building was unable to continue with his job from what he claimed to have seen. He said that he came across shadow people wandering through the building, and this creeped him out. The couple was prompted to seek some professional help from experienced ghost trackers. From the night vision footage captured inside the building, a female creature seemed to traverse through the property. Upon further investigation, they found out that the paranormal creature was a ghost of a surgeon who worked there back in the day.
Haunted hospitals, man. Haunted hospitals. Whoo, okay. Yeah, I love how I was just like, it's just a circle. Pfft, there's nothing there. And then I'm just like, yeah, okay, you got me. Got me. I try and stay cynical, and then it just does that to me. Oh no, there's no narration, so you know there's gonna be a jump scare. No, I don't point at it. Jeez, that was just an arm. Just an arm.
When they pass through the balcony, at some point in one of the corridors, we see an almost imperceptible figure that appears literally for a moment and disappears as quickly as it appeared. So,
don't see it.
Was it a real
Don't see
ghost
it.
or something else?
I think that's called shadow, and it was changing because you had light on it and you were moving around. That's what I think. Debunked. You didn't get me, number one, did you? See, that was like the moment where it's like, oh, you're pointing at it, but I don't see anything, dude. See? Then the doubt creeps in and you don't know who you are anymore. Because it could have just been shadow, but it also could have been like a shadow figure. Who knows?
In the distance. He pulls out his phone and starts recording, and that thing seemed to be coming really close.
What?
What is this? Do you have an explanation? Are we looking at CGI here? Or is this one of these natural phenomenons? Like ball lightning, perhaps?
Like ball lightning, perhaps. I don't know enough about ball lightning to debunk this, but... Oh man, there's just so much on the internet that you never know anymore. Like, how do you know? How do you know? Yeah, there's just so much on the internet now that it's just like, what can I believe what I'm seeing? Like, imagine if actual aliens had been like, hey guys, we're here, we've been here for years, but because of like all the deep fake stuff that's happening on the internet, it's like they have to try that much harder to get noticed. You know, so it's like, oh no, it's obviously fake.